I would like to think, from my perspective, that we always have been good, except for one little patch where I really messed up. I got selfish, and me living WWE at the point and not having any concept of growth or someone else's perspective, I took Dwayne's comments as not genuine. And my view was, if you love something, be there every day. What a hypocrite I am, because I still love WWE and I can't go all the time. And I just didn't see that. I was so selfish. So I had his number, and like, we could have talked about it. Instead of going like, hey man, I'd like to try to do this thing, but I'll hook you back in, and maybe we can collaborate and really make it big. I was just like, F this, I'm just calling this thing out. This is the moment. He gave me an opening. I'm gonna kick the door. And I was diligent, and I understand why he got upset. Because he's changing the perception of the industry. Him, Dave Bautista, they made it okay to be in WWE. WWE's had that like carnival performer stereotype. Pro wrestlers have had that like carny stereotype for so long. And these guys are breaking down barriers and shattering ceilings on top of that, just transcending the art form. And I just got selfish and wanted a main event marquee match because it was better what I thought was business. And that's so short-sighted and selfish. It worked. But it worked at the cost of two people who communicated and almost put it in each other. And there was a moment where there was a lot of bad vibes between us. And rightfully so, because Dwayne came back and he wanted to give to the business openly and as what he could. He has a great perception of WWE. He understands that you build equity, you go something else, and you pass the torch, you give away all of your electricity, as he would say. And he was trying to do that on his own terms, and I wasn't having it. And we made some great TV, so much so that one dude wants to see it again. But it was almost at the cost of our friendship, which I would like to say now is in a really good place.
How hard was it to rebuild that friendship?
Well, I think step one of any conflict is to somehow find your fault. It's my fault. And I knew exactly what I was doing. And I also knew that I had to punch up to his level. He came in a league of his own. And to make sure that it's like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, I gotta be Mike Tyson. And Rock was like Ali, and I was like some scrub, like Glass Joe from Punch Out, like I had to punch my way up, and I had to do it by really, really blurring the lines of collaborative work, which is like, if we're in the WWE and we have a match, I assume that we're going to perform just like stunts in a movie, and our concern is to safely do the show. That's the magic, and the magic is to be able to do it again and again and again, and trust your performer. Nothing's different when you verbally have issues with each other. It's all in good fun. It's all for the business. We're supposed to have trust in each other. And I violated this trust. And as soon as the event in Miami was over, and I think then, and I'm thinking for Dwayne, but I can only think then his perspective began to be like, whoa, first of all, I lost it, but I finished second. And second of all, I tried to lose with as much humility as possible. There's an iconic shot of me on one knee, just with WrestleMania arm around me with the worst look on my face. I just lost the biggest moment of my life, which I did. And then right after that, the first thing I did was went to Dwayne's mom, and I gave her a big hug, and I said, I know you were brought up in this business. I hope you can understand my perspective. Because I said some bad things to make you feel bad about me. I said some bad things about your son. And I hope what you just saw in our performance, you understand my goal was simply to sell tickets and do business. And she forgave me right there. And as soon as that embrace broke, it was right at Rock's dressing room, and I went right into Rock. And I said the exact same thing. And it's only when we started the build up for New York that I got to look at myself a little deeper and was like, I was wrong. Not only did I hope you understand my perspective, But a year later, I knew that my perspective was wrong. And yes, it worked, and yes, we sold tickets, and yes, people loved it, but it chose sides, and it was a real polarizing event. We could have done that with everybody working together